everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for staying in tune and watching the second part of this astrological discovery. So we actually want to know here a lot of stuff. We want to know the compatibility between Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. And you guys were asking me, since you did one on the Beavers, do this one as well, please. And I deliver, like I literally do deliver. So the first thing I noticed here, let's pull up the both of their charts. So let's pull up Selena's chart. We have Cancer Sun, Aries Moon, Leo Mercury retrograde, Leo Venus, Taurus Mars, Virgo Jupiter, and that's all. We're reading the big six. That's all for now. Okay, for Betty Blanco, we have Pisces Sun, Scorpio Moon, Aquarius Mercury, Taurus Venus, Capricorn Mars, and Taurus and Jupiter. So as we did for the Beavers, we want to see how Benny Blanco acts in the relationship with Selena. So we're going to look at his Venus again. So what he loves. The first thing we notice is that his Venus has a sextile aspect to Selena's sun. Okay, so a sextile here is a very like on the light positive spectrum. So we always start from Venus and sun sign, like how the man's Venus matches the woman's sun sign. And here, of course, it's not as strong as a conjunction or a trine, but it is harmonious. So what we have here is an appreciation for her personality. Like he likes her personality. This is a type of connection where he doesn't feel annoyed. Like he gets her ego, he gets what drives her, he gets her motivation. That's excellent. When we're looking for a good compatibility chart, we're looking for a lot of elements, soft elements. We're looking for, if possible, trines, sextiles, and some, not all, conjunction, because it depends what type of conjunction we're looking at. So okay, next one we have with Venus and Taurus, we have a good match with. So, okay, another softer aspect that we have between Benny and Selena is this Mars in Taurus of Selena conjunct Venus in Taurus in Benny Blanco. So I have explained this a little bit. I touched it a bit on the previous video. But normally we would like to see the Venus sign in the woman's chart. So we would have probably preferred the Taurus Venus to be of Selena's and the Mars in Taurus to be of Benny's. Because normally like this connection, the themes of this connection, since the roles are reversed, since Benny has the Venus and Selena has the Mars here, is that maybe Selena kind of chases a little bit Benny, or maybe Selena was probably the first to talk to him or to like notice him and to kind of start the conversation. Okay, but nevertheless, this is like a minor aspect. Like in the whole picture, we can also look past this, but at the same time we understand that there's other aspects. So we go and look, we go right to the Venus in Taurus of we go looking. So for instance, this type of connection where maybe the energies are misbalanced almost, is corrected immediately. Why? Because Benny Blanco has another excellent placement, Capricorn Mars. That Capricorn Mars, if you know Capricorn Mars, those are the daddies of the zodiac sign. Capricorn Mars are the daddies. So anything Capricorn in a man's chart is a daddy. Anything like, these are the type of men who take the lead, take the charge. Like it's like good karma. If you find a man who has like Mars in Capricorn and you date them, or you start feeling each other, that is like a karmic blessing, because there's a type of men who are doing the shits. Like they want you to have the best, they want you to feel safe, they want you to feel secure. They will do a lot of things for you just to make sure you are feeling good about yourself. And that, I think that's one of the key points of the relationships either ways. Okay, she got herself a Mars and Capricorn daddy. You know how rare that one is. Rare beauty. Either ways. Either ways, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, okay. This Mars in Capricorn is kind of oppositing, is in opposition to Selena's sun in Cancer, which is perfect. Like, it has nothing to do, because it shows how Selena can be a Cancer, so a mother. She can be a nurturing. She can be an introvert maybe at times. And it doesn't disturb the Mars person, because meanwhile the Mars person doesn't really care. It's about action. Like, even if they are opposite, each other have their own role. We have for Selena a 29th degree in Cancer, which is basically a 29 Leo. She's almost going to Leo in 55 seconds, or 55 minutes. If she was born 55 minutes later, she would have been a Leo. So either ways, it doesn't really even have such a hard impact, but there's not an ego clash between these people. Why? Because they have the same element, the same sun in the same, they have the element, sorry guys, they have the same element in their sun sign. So meanwhile, Selena has a Cancer sun. He has a Pisces sun. They're both water signs. They go together. They're trining, another positive, harmonious aspect. When you look at a chart, people don't believe in astrology, but when you look at a chart, okay, the more harmonious aspects they have between each other, the more likely you hear them talking little to none about problems, about aggressiveness. Okay, I feel like some of you guys are already in that relationship, and congrats to you. You won the jackpot, princess or queen, whatever. You won the jackpot, because it's very rare to have these type of connections. Okay, so since we don't have a clash of the egos, and Benny Blanco lets her be in her feminine state. I really, really love these type of connections for women who are in their feminine energy and love their feminine energy, because this is the way to go. Most divine feminines gravitate towards these type of connections. The karmics are always gonna be in a square. Like, they're always gonna be in a square. The thing about karmics is that they could definitely stay in their lane, or stay with somebody who actually likes them. But the karmic doesn't want someone who likes them. The karmic wants somebody who does not like them and make them like them, even though they can't make somebody like them. Okay, so let's go to another one, shall we have a very interesting aspect. Okay, it's a little bit outer, because we're already starting to touch Jupiter, where Benny's Venus in Taurus trines Selena's Jupiter in Virgo. Okay, so what is that? Venus is basically the wife, and Jupiter is the husband. So basically, by having this, I feel personally, even looking at the chart, that there is a sense of trust. There is a sense of, like, appreciation for whoever Selena Gomez is with. I feel like definitely his idea of a wife and her idea of a husband match effortlessly in a trine. Match effortlessly in a trine. So okay, let's pass to a bit more harsher placements, and let's see what makes them a bit more softer in this chart, because even though we do have like some harsh squares in this connection, of course no chart is perfect, we have to look at the degrees as well here. Lenny Blanco has Taurus in the second degree Venus, and we see how it squares Selena's Mercury, Selena's Venus. Okay, it squares Selena's Mercury and Selena's Venus. Okay, so what is that about? So basically, if we look at the woman's chart without him having to interfere in it, okay, so if we only look at Selena's chart, we see that her Mercury and her Venus are conjunct. So this makes her feel like she has a good speech. Like she has a very good speech. She's a very talented actress. Like when you hear her acting, she has the voice of an actor. Like literally, you understand that she's acting. But one thing we see is that Mercury in Leo retrograded. So what is retrograde? Retrograde is basically the sign going back to the previous, the sign before the sign it is right now. So many astrologers don't read it like that. So many astrologers don't even push the sign back. But I do push the sign back because it's different. Like when you have any planet in retrograde, it doesn't act like um a traditional non-retrograded placement. I just saw 1111, but it was a little it doesn't act like a traditional placement. Okay, so when we have that Leo retrograde, I would take it immediately as in a Cancer. So definitely this softens the harsh square, guys. When I say that, it makes sense. Like you look at your astrological chart and say, this makes sense. This connection actually makes sense. So we only have one thing. We have the two Venus signs that square. And this is a very harsh square, but not really, because when we look at the degrees, his Venus is in the second degree of Taurus, and Selena's is in the 10th degree. Okay. The second and the 10th degree are both Earth sign degrees. So even if their main sign are squaring, we have a little bit of support from their degrees. So it's technically not that harsh, even. Like they might have very different ways of expressing themselves, and that's amazing. Like it's a minor. Like if you have a square with Mercury, it's minor. It's like your lower mind. The problem is when your Jupiters are not really matching. Their Jupiters go well because that's the higher knowledge. Lower knowledge is day to day. You can really go around it. And the man also has to love your moon. Your moon is also your mind, your intelligence. So that Mercury, if they communicate in a way that's a little bit different, it doesn't really impact the relationship. Many people who are together in marriages, they have an excellent moon compatibility, and the Mercuries can just like be random. Like they can definitely be random, because their souls need to match. That's the important thing. Their souls need to match. All right, so the last thing that is a little bit harder to talk about is maybe their moon sign. Selena has the 25th degree moon in Aries, and Benny Blanco has a moon in 14 degrees Scorpio. So 14 degrees is already Taurus. So Benny Blanco has a bunch of Taurus. He has a bunch of Taurus. And here we have the 25th degree that is Aries. So she has a double whammy. I don't even know how you say it. Aries, and he has a Taurus and a Scorpio. So this part is a little bit is harsher. Is very harsher. Not because they're square in any ways. They're both ruled by Mars, so they have an instant attraction. But this type of connection, the feelings are karmic. It's like they go so well together, and it's like destiny bringing them back together, square one. If I could like add any other softer notes to this. Okay, so I already found it. So either ways, even though they could have a very difficult moon sign, there is an approach to work towards it. Why? Because we have moon in Aries for Selena, sextile Mercury in Aquarius from Benny Blanco. So if they have like different necessities, I think Benny Blanco tends to always take like the lead and express it, and then she opens up progressively to it. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. And for the Scorpio moon that he has, which is a little bit in detriment, but partially because it's in the 14th degree of Taurus, so it is partially exalted. That's how I would take it. She understands that it's part of him being a husband. Like I feel like their emotions, like this relationship is made to teach patience. Okay. Why do I say that? maybe Selena perceives like this different needs as a way of him showing up as a man or a husband here, is because the Jupiter in Virgo that she has is sextile with the moon. So we have two sextiles to help the moons, to straighten up the bond of the moons, even though they have a little bit of karmic tendencies. Okay, their feelings are karmic, so they're destined, both Mars. It's the same thing if a partner had Libra moon and Taurus moon. It's the same thing. It's very karmic, but there are ways to work around that one. So guys, this is all I have for you guys for today. This is just from the perspective of Venus, because I really want to concentrate for these relationship readings on what type of man, if you are into man or any woman, what type of woman you should be looking for, or man you should be looking for in a relationship. Like, if your relationship allegedly sucks, it's probably because you have a lot of squares with this person. But if it's really good, very harmonious, you don't feel like any harsh feelings for towards these people you're with, then that means that you probably have a lot of soft aspects with the person you're dealing with. So this is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and if you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you and take care.